Let's do this.
All right. Good morning, Hawks. This is Paul Goebel.
And Christian Kilm.
Hey, today we're going to talk about Google Keep. One of the things we're going to talk about before we get started is just a reminder that you guys, both iPad and Chromebook people, if you have any issues, you need to see Mr. Fowler before or after school or during passing periods. That can be chargers, that can be bricks, that can be anything that's wrong with your iPad or Chromebook. Please go see him, because a lot of times teachers tell us that you don't have your iPads and we're like, well, why not? And then you tell us that something's missing or something's not working. Well, we won't know about it unless you go to somebody, and that somebody is Mr. Fowler. So
Yes.
if you will go check on that, that would be great.
App issues as well. If you have issues with apps or you need apps, you go see him. He lets us know and we take care of it.
Perfect. All right, so today we're going to talk about Google Keep, and we're going to be talking about what it does. And basically it is a note-taking app, but it's a lot more than that. It's kind of got everything that you need. It's kind of like a one-stop shop for all your apps, within all your apps, to just take notes, and not just take basic notes, take some really good notes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to show you a couple things on it as we go through. But Google Keep is basically the same. It looks the same whether you're on an iPad like I am or on a Chromebook like Mr. Kemp. But when we do this, we look at just kind of what is going to work best for you guys. And this is an app that I really highly recommend, and I'd just like to share it with you. So when you open it up and you have it here, it's very simple. You're going to see a lot of different things. So earlier I took a picture of the table, because that's what we do here. Took a picture of the table, and it's beautiful. And in doing so, you have the table. You can annotate. You can do notes. I titled mine Tabletop because that sounded like a good idea. From there, you can do several different things. You can change the color of this background. If you don't like green, you can change it to whatever color you want. Change it to yellow if you like. From there, you can either share it. You can also share it. Like, there are 3 dots here at the bottom. And you can add collaborators. So like for me, I can add anybody that I want to this collaboration of the tabletop, and I could share that with Mr. Kemp, and he could do his own picture of a tabletop if he wanted to. He could write notes on there. He could describe how awesome my note is, whatever. So you can go through that. You can also do handwritten notes. So I said you can use your finger to write notes, and that is true. On the iPad, you can use your finger. On the Chromebook, in tablet mode, you can actually use a number 2 pencil, which is freaking awesome. And you can write like a stylus using the lead of a number 2 pencil. And in doing so, you just, I don't know, like, I think that's super cool that you can write with a traditional pencil on a glass surface. The Gorilla Glass is strong. It's not going to do anything. You're going to be fine. So you can do that.
Don't jam the pencil through.
Do not jam the pencil through. Yes, good point. Anything else on that?
No, it works just like that.
So
we'll probably do a video.
I kind of like this versus the iPad, because the iPad, it just takes the note, and I'll show you what it looks like. On the Chromebook, it's kind of split screen, and you see you are writing, and then up top it's showing what you're writing with your finger. Another thing that I like to point out is you can also take notes via audio. I think we don't use that enough because we think it's going to be terrible. But with Google Keep, if you hit the microphone down here at the bottom, you say take a note, and you enable the microphone, you can start talking, and it actually picks up everything. And then you have the choice of, when you're done, whether you want to save the audio recording, or if you're good with the typed out version. So I'll stop talking. See, it's just right there. And it recorded that whole thing. And you can also have this in a slider where you can play it back. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just delete it out and you can be done with it. And it saves the actual text.
I'm really sad I didn't turn that on at the beginning of this and take the whole notes.
Oh, you should have taken the whole thing, and I'd been like, that is the weirdest note ever. But now you have that, and so I just think that's awesome, that you don't really have to write, you don't have to type. I think a lot of times when we take notes, we're so used to texting that we feel like, I have to get this in here, and I'm going to do it this way. That's not the case. You can just do an audio recording of your own voice, if you're close enough to the teacher, you might be able to pick up her lecture and you might be able to have it transcribed. But if you're in the back of the class, it's probably not going to pick up. So
I'm just going to be honest. I haven't used that feature a whole lot. That's
Really?
pretty cool. I like it.
it saves a lot of time, and there are a lot of things that you don't have to worry about otherwise. So if we had more time, I would go into a little bit more with the ways that you can use that. Another thing that I like, for example, you can save hyperlinks. So you can go in and you can save hyperlinks. You can do that, whether you're at the website. So if you're going into, let's just say I'm going this backwards, so I hope I find it. Oh yeah, right there, Chrome. So if I go into Chrome and I like this, I can just go up here to the top and I can hit the share button and I can slide over and I can go to keep, and it's going to go ahead and put it in keep there. So I do like that. So you can hit post and it's going to post that back into your keep, and so you have it there. So I love that. I think that's great. There's a lot of ways you can save stuff. The sharing part is really simple. If you have I just have this projector that I took a picture of because that's what we do in technology. We are exciting like that. We take pictures of projectors and inventory. If I wanted to share that, all I have to do is share that with, I can add Mr. Kemp, for example, as a collaborator. I can also hit send, and I could send that as an email. I could print it. I could send it as a text message. However I wanted to share that with Mr. Kemp, I could totally do that. So there's just a lot of cool things when you're looking at Google Keep. I love the fact that it's just, once it's saved, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. So like whenever you're searching it, you can search it. It auto recognizes whether it's a list. So it also auto recognizes whether, why did you do that? Okay, so it also recognizes places, travel. If you have grocery lists, it also takes into note who's you've shared documents with. Another thing that's super cool is once you've organized it by color, you can sort all the other lists that you've done in that same color, and it sorts it that way. So, it's just a sweet little app. Like, I love it. Anything else on that, Mr. Kemp?
No, that's pretty much covered.
Yeah, so
It's-
that just takes care of our Google Keep. If you have any questions, maybe if you really wanted to, I may have a prize for you guys if you guys take the coolest note, as long as it's clean and appropriate, and I may give you a gift card for something. I don't know. So send it to me at my email, and I'll see who creates the best note in Google Keep. Maybe it's a drawing. Maybe you just did the best text message you've ever done. Maybe you've done the best voice recording you've ever done, and you want to share that with me. Guys, have a great Monday, and I hope this was helpful. And remember, it's always a great day to be a hawk.